things is there was an interview with Larry Carlton in 1979, maybe, and he had five. They asked him like for 5 concepts of how he approaches things, and they're core to what I do now. But I don't sound anything like Larry Carlton, you know. So I think that tends to surprise other guitar players. And obviously, I'm so inside it that I have trouble explaining. I have trouble talking about music without turning it into stuff that's harder for a civilian to understand, for a non-musician to understand. So I won't go into the actual concepts. But Jerry Garcia is funny because I was never a huge Garcia fan per se. I become that. I'm a fan of his playing all the time, but his interviews were brilliant, and his love of Oscar Peterson spoke to me because I liked Oscar Peterson, and I could see, because of that, I could see what he learned from a jazz piano player, and applied to what he did with the Grateful Dead. That, and my mom's, when I was growing up, my mother was a typist, and I used to be fascinated by the fact that the sound of the keys, and that she was a really good, she was like a speed typist. I mean, she was, and I just used to stand there and watch her type. And then on television one day on Wonderama in New York, if you grew up in the New York area in the 60s and 50s, there was a show called Wonderama, and they showed a clip of Jerry Lewis conducting a typing pool. And for some reason, in my head, that I was 3 or 4 years old, so I was like, so that really is music that my mom's doing in the other room on that thing with the buttons, you know. And then that, and Bugs Bunny, you know, Bugs Bunny is still, you know, Winston Sharples and big Carl Stalling, those guys are you know, that they're up there with Stravinsky in my book, you know. So.
It's funny that you bring up cartoons. I grew up on Looney Tunes as well, and I only recently really made the connection of it's only cartoons because they needed something to go along with the music.
Well, quite possibly, you know, and then, you know, there's one. We were talking about one last night with
Kill the Wabbit.
Kill the Wabbit. That was my first introduction to opera, right there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they performed a public service, and they gave my father and I something we could both watch and laugh at in different spots.
All right, Kevin, I have to ask you this. It's been weighing on my mind for a while now.
All right then.
You're wearing an Adel Live 2016 shirt.
No.
Is this just
shirt.
Random shirts?
It really is.
Okay.
Let's keep that random.
Oh, I feel like there's so much
Well,
more.
because this is being viewed through the window of radio. Let's specify exactly how much shirt real estate is taken up.
I can't see the back yet.
It's small. There's nothing. It's nothing. It's a very.
Let's say it's nothing you couldn't fix with a Sharpie if you really care.
Duct
Absolutely.
tape definitely can cover it.
I've duct tape, yes. Gaff tape, I will sweat off.
Really?
I found out. So that's.
But that's usually when he's not wearing anything.
Hey, take it easy.
That gaff suit of yours.
Yeah.
It keeps the ball gag in for a long time, but